Designing for people as and planet. Architecture as functional art. From the moment we enter a room, architecture speaks to us in ways beyond style or aesthetics. It shapes our moods and interactions. As architects, we must design with empathy and vision, crafting spaces that work seamlessly for people and with nature. Thoughtful architecture is a living art form rooted in solid design principles yet alive with emotion. By considering human scale, light, materials, and social flow, we make buildings not just functional, but nourishing. In short, architecture should be for humans and ecosystem alike, creating joy and health for occupants while respecting the environment. Human scale and proportioned and lofty space can make us feel uplifted and free. Modern studies confirm that the size and shape of a space directly influence our feelings and cognition. Rooms with high ceilings and ample light spark creativity and inspiration, while low or cramped spaces invite focus and intimacy. This isn't just aesthetic. Anthropologists call it the cathedral effect. Ceiling height literally changes how we think. At the same time, designing at human scale, roughly our sight and body proportions, makes a building feel familiar and welcoming. When walls and features align with human dimensions, door heights, furniture scale, window placement, people navigate and relate intuitively to the space. Such scale creates belonging. Spaces designed with human scale in mind encourage organic connections, ease of navigation, and a stronger sense of belonging. In practice, this means avoiding one-size-fits-all grandeur in family homes or tiny closes in public buildings. Instead, balance monumentality with intimacy, for example. A grand lobby might lead into cozier alcoves or a wide hallway into a sunlit seating nook. Key principles of human scale design: proportion to people, dimension elements so people feel neither dwarfed nor cramped. Layered space: use varied ceiling heights or mezzanines to signal public vs, private, active vs, quiet areas. Comforting rhythm: repeat comfortable module sizes, not check bench, table, person so users sense a natural rhythm. Connection to outdoors: frame views at human eye level to bring nature in without imposing huge empty volumes. Designing with human scale means always asking, how does a person experience this place? When visitors walk in, they should feel welcomed by light and openness, not stopped by a blank wall. Thoughtful proportions make spaces more livable and attuned to sensory needs, integrating the scale of our bodies and even patterns found in nature. The result is architecture that feels like a second skin, comforting and intuitive. Emotional architecture: light, form, and material warm. Natural materials and gentle daylight make a living area feel soothing and inviting. Beyond size, the character of light, shape, and texture in a building powerfully stirs emotion. Imagine curved arches versus sharp corners. Research shows curves evoke comfort and safety, mimicking organic forms in nature and triggering our brain's reward centers. Curved lines, spirals, arches, ovals flow with our eyes and soften the mood, suggesting movement and life. By contrast, straight lines and right angles convey structure and clarity. They can feel efficient and strong, ideal for workplaces or civic buildings, but if overdone, they risk a cold or intimidating vibe. Sharp angles even activate a primal alert response in our brain. Similarly, light and color set the emotional tone. Bright, daylighted rooms with tall windows feel energizing. Muted, warm, colored interiors with soft, indirect light feel cozy and restful. Elements such as color, materials, and lighting play crucial roles in creating distinct atmospheres, either enhancing spaciousness or fostering warmth and intimacy. For example, rough natural wood or stone on a wall can add organic warmth, while polished concrete might give modern crispness. A beam of sunlight through a skylight can inspire awe, whereas low lamps by a sofa make one want to relax and talk. In practice, we as designers balance these elements. We might use an arched ceiling in a gallery to inspire transcendence, or a curved corridor to gently guide visitors. We might highlight a family hearth with warm materials and recessed lighting, creating a nurturant glow. Even the smallest detail, a round archway, a wood grain wall, a window seat bathed in sunlight, is a stroke of emotional intent. By mixing first-person intuition, I want this room to feel welcoming, with third-person science, understanding human responses, we blend art and evidence. Examples of emotional design curves and organic forms use them in living areas or gardens to relax and invite flow, light and shadow. Play with natural light to mark the passage of time and mood, bright midday in kitchens and calm golden evenings in lounges. Texture and pattern wood, foliage, and other tactile materials connect people subtly to the earth. Abstract or geometric patterns can add energy or mystery. Color temperatures, warm earthy tones soothe, cooler hues can invigorate or clarify. By thoughtfully arranging these elements, architecture becomes a language of feeling. We mix the first-person voice, I want this corner to feel like a warm hug, with third-person knowledge. Studies show open, light spaces boost creativity. This blend keeps the tone engaging, poetic yet grounded in design principles. Ultimately, a well-crafted building is a functional artwork, as solid as engineering, but as moving as poetry. Social spaces and human connection architecture isn't only about walls and columns, it's about people living and working together. Every design decision should ask, how will this space support human connection and well-being? A home's dining room or kitchen isn't just for meals, it's where a family shares stories and life lessons. Public plazas and lobbies aren't just empty rooms, they invite people to meet and interact. In good design, spaces encourage human activity and community. We have seen a shift in many modern homes and workplaces toward open, shared spaces. Instead of isolating a cook in a closed kitchen, designers now often open the kitchen to the living and dining areas so the chef can chat with guests or children doing homework nearby. Instead of deep, dark hallways, architects bring the outdoors into gardens, courtyards, or big windows, so even moving between rooms is pleasant. In offices, shared lounges, cafes, or informal meeting nooks are created to spark conversation and collaboration. Studies from psychology echo this. Communal eating and gatherings strengthen social bonds and well-being. Shared meals are linked to greater satisfaction and teamwork in communities. Even in care homes, architects found that communal dining dramatically improved mood and appetite among residents who formerly ate alone. While we don't have to quote such studies directly, they underline the principle: when design invites people to come together, life gets richer. In practical terms, this means organizing a layout to draw people toward each other. For instance, placing a dining table in a bright spot, instead of a dark corner, naturally makes it the social heart of a home. Incorporating seating niches by a fireplace or at window benches creates pause points for casual chats. Making a campus or office complex with clear paths and courtyard meeting spots encourages chance encounters. Even lighting design plays a role. A warmly lit dining area draws dinner crowds, while an overly dark entry might unintentionally keep guests awkwardly hesitant at the threshold. Designing for community. Gathering hubs identify and emphasize a few key areas: a table, a hearth, a plaza where people naturally gather. Make these spaces beautiful and comfortable so they want to stay. Visual connectivity. Use glass walls, archways, or open floor plans so that people in different rooms can see and hear each other, reinforcing togetherness. Multiple scales of space. Provide big communal areas, a living room, a town square, and small semi-private alcoves, a breakfast bar. A niche sofa to suit different group sizes and moods. Encourage movement, organize spaces so people circulate through common areas. For example, an open stair in a home that passes through the main living area makes everyone cross paths. In balancing function and art, we remember the most beautiful building is empty if no one lives, works, or laughs in it. We thus design lines and volumes with people in mind as much as with aesthetics. Designing with nature, sustainability, and biophilia, architecture lives on Earth, so our buildings must honor the planet as much as their inhabitants. Humans are nature, not separate from it. Good design mutually benefits human and non-human life. This means choosing sites materials, and forms that enrich the local ecosystem over time. For example, we might preserve existing trees rather than clear the land, reuse materials from an old structure to reduce waste, or orient windows to optimize daylight and ventilation instead of relying solely on artificial lights and HVAC. The goal is not only zero carbon, but regenerative design, buildings that give back to the environment. Architects are urged to ask, how can this design support the place's ecology and even help restore it? Planting native vegetation, managing water on site rain gardens instead of storm drains, and designing for future resilience of flood proofing, passive solar heating all show that we value long-term health of both people and planet. Even in urban settings, architecture can invite nature inside. Biophilic design goes beyond potted plants. It means incorporating patterns, shapes, and rhythms of nature into the building. For instance, natural materials, so wood, stone, irregular forms reminiscent of tree canopies or flowing water, and even thematic color palettes can subconsciously make occupants feel more at ease. Nature's influence stretches to often overlooked strategies that involve spatial configuration and environmental patterning. Letting daylight flood in, arranging spaces in circular or fractal patterns, or using natural ventilation cycles are all invisible biophilia that improve human health. In practice, a building could have a vertical garden facade that cools the walls and nurtures bird life, or an atrium filled with daylight and indoor plants so occupants feel connected to the sky and the seasons. Even on a small scale, a large window framing a tree or a courtyard that channels breezes makes the connection. The key is humility. We design with nature's systems, not against them. A highly responsive design, one that respects local geology, water flow, climate, and biodiversity, is healthier and more resilient. Sustainability principles: site as partners study the land, sun, wind, water, and existing ecosystems before shaping the design. Place structures to reduce cut and fill and maximize natural heating, cooling, materials, and life cycle. Choose materials with low embodied energy, local sourcing, and plan for reuse or recycling at end of life. Engage occupants with nature use, operable windows, indoor plants, natural light and views. Equitable access to nature also nurtures well. Being people recover faster and feel happier when visually or physically connected to green spaces. Climate resilience. Anticipate change, incorporate rainwater catchment, passive solar shading, or green roofs that mitigate heat islands and flooding. Ultimately, designing for ecosystems is consistent with designing for people. Clean air, natural light, and a biodiverse site improve health just as much as they improve beauty. When we say for human and ecosystem, we mean every design choice should ask, how does this impact life? If a large luxury home has no garden or trees, it might look grand, but it creates a worse microclimate. If an office tower uses only artificial air and lights, it might be efficient, but its workers may feel drained. Truly excellent architecture treats nature not as an afterthought or decoration, but as a partner. Key takeaways and principles: by weaving together these threads, scale, emotion, community, and nature, we create an extraordinary building, a functioning piece of art. Below are some guiding principles drawn from both practice and research. Design at human scale, build with proportions relatable to the body, spaces that align with our site angle and reach feel more comforting. Harness emotional design, use curves, textures, color, and light to evoke the desired mood. Curves and natural forms comfort and relax, while straight edges and bold geometry can inspire focus or drama. Enable social connection, orient spaces around communal activities. A welcoming foyer or a luminous dining area invites gathering. Open sight lines and multi-use family areas bind people together. Open to nature, integrate landscape into architecture. Maximize daylight and cross-ventilation. Plant life not only on grounds, but even on walls or rooftops. Good design benefits human and non-human inhabitants alike, so give birds, plants, and soil a place in your plan. Commit to sustainability from foundation to finish. Prioritize green building techniques, passive solar heating, local and recycled materials, rainwater harvesting, etc. Seek positive environmental impact, even building to create habitat where none existed. By following these principles, a structure becomes more than a shelter, it becomes a sanctuary. Imagine a home bathed in soft natural light where the table is set for shared stories, or an office where daylight guides your schedule and a green wall freshens the air. These are the marks of architecture that serves its highest purpose, shaping life in a positive, beautiful way. Remember, we design for people first, their comfort, dignity, joy, and for planet next, ensuring longevity and harmony with nature. In practice, this means asking the right questions at every step. Does this material release toxins? Will this courtyard support a tree canopy? How will light enter at different hours? The answers come from blending creativity with knowledge. As you embark on your next project, be it a cozy cabin or a soaring skyscraper, let the guiding motto be clear: design for humans and ecosystem. Let every wall, window, and walkway reflect care for its users and its environment. When architecture feels human and humane, it transforms as we move more freely, feel more connected, and ultimately live fuller lives. Hey everyone, I just wanted to say sorry if there were any mistakes or rough spots in today's video. This is my first time making a video like this, and I'm still learning. I'll do my best to make the next videos even better. I'll be making more videos to help you with design, architectural visualization, and rendering, tips that can support you in both your academics and professional endeavors. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments what videos you'd like to see in the future. Thanks so much for watching. I'm really excited to have you here, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.